morning. We're excited to get started on this new week with our new adventure going up to UConn and playing Coach Moore's UConn Huskies. We understand and we know that this is going to be a difficult game. They just got their first win. They're sitting at 1-1, had a close loss to a good Utah State team out there, and we know that they're going to be ready for us. So we're really focused on them, and we're excited about starting our preparation for them. Before going to questions, I would like to share with everyone that we lost two of our players for the year. We lost Chris Elmore and Stephon Thompson for the year. Both of them will be hopefully coming back, but unless something happens later on in the season, we should expect that they're going to be redshirting this year. Questions?
Start with Dan in front and go to Steve.
Coach, going off of that, just what you can say, Stephon and Chris have meant to this program and how difficult it is to feel that in game one.
So we had a lot of time, fantastic questions. Sat down with both of them at the same time in my office yesterday. We had some long conversations about a lot of different topics. You're talking about a guy that's been captain 2 years for one individual and a guy that was right on the edge of becoming a captain for us. Both those guys have unbelievable leadership skills, and we expect them to continue to be leaders on and off the football field for this football team throughout the 2022 season.
How do you, at this point, like you said, you hope that they can come back. How do you go about that, and how confident are you that they can get that? I know Chris has been through a lot.
That's between the man upstairs and the medical people. They have to decide whether they want to pursue that or whether they want to save that year and take it as an injury or a redshirt year and have an opportunity to come back.
Steven?
A couple quick follow-ups. So on Elmore, for him to come back, would you have to rule last year's as a medical redshirt as well to give him two medicals?
I'm not sure.
How about the pay grade?
It is. And with COVID, it gets even more complicated.
I totally get it. Traditionally, for a guy to get a sixth year in the past, they needed two medicals.
Yeah.
But I get that it's sloppy. With Stephon, his pass rush ability makes him stand out so much in terms of what you guys have. How do you go about replacing that? Like, I know you like Derek a lot, but does that change other things within the defense and how you guys game plan?
Yeah, we're not going to change the defense. And Steph Thompson was a pass rusher, but Steph Thompson was so much more than that. He did not. A lot of people missed the boat on him. I mean, his run game is just as good as his pass protection, and he's just one of those solid guys that was extremely, extremely productive. And a lot of guys would make plays, and the guy that was standing next to him was Steph Thompson because he was taking two guys, and all of a sudden that guy had no guy blocking him. So he does not get his due. He's a valuable member of the defense.
Coach, now that you've watched the film a few times, what are some things that make you, that impress you that was the first game, and they look pretty sharp from start to finish?
You guys, I really enjoyed watching their effort. And the biggest improvement for a football team is between the first and second game. That's the way it's going to be because so many times they're watching other people or they're watching their past selves or their past version. Now they're watching themselves in the moment. And when you think you're going full speed and you see Garrett Williams playing the short zone coverage, seeing a safety make a mistake and the ball's going over their head into a deep half zone, and then he goes from his short zone safety and runs a guy down in the deep half zone to give us an opportunity, just a chance to play goal line defense. And we tackles the guy inside the 5, and everybody knows inside the 5 your analytical mathematical equations should go through the roof that you're going to score, and then you watch that drive and they don't get in because somebody wasn't going to give up on a play. That's what we're looking for, is guys playing full speed, snap to whistle, every snap. Don't worry about the outcome. Don't think whether you're going to catch the guy or not. Just chase him. And if you get him down, let's play one more snap. So that's what I took out of that game, is just the effort offensively, defensively. There was mistakes. There's going to be mistakes. And there's really going to be mistakes when you're playing a good opponent and fabulous personnel, even more mistakes. But the way the team fought based off of everything that was going on, I was really excited about.
Emily, then Tommy.
Kind of keeping with watching game film back, you had said on Saturday night you wanted to take the time to look back at some of those penalties. Were those just kind of like first week things that you think will shake themselves out, or was there anything particularly concerning there?
You know, we had some guys on the other team doing some things that they're not supposed to do, and the referees could not determine that they were doing it, which, you know, I'm with them. If they don't know for sure, don't call it. That's the way I've always been with them. And we need to do a better job of handling that. We need to be able to, there's some things that are always right up onto the line in football, whether you're winning or not trying. But we need to handle it better, and I believe we will.
With Steve Linton and Derek McDonald making those big plays on defense, you mentioned on Saturday about the reserves getting a little bit more time than maybe expected with Stephon Thompson, a few of the guys going down. Do you see them having that same impact moving forward here, starting week 2?
You know, when someone goes down, the next man has to stand up. And I don't know who that person is going to be. We'll give some guys some opportunities, and whoever performs the best, whoever's consistently good, not occasionally great, will get the opportunity to go out there the most.
What is the impact, though, that these guys have that first big play of their careers?
Oh, I think it's really cool that they were great for a moment. I'd rather them be consistent over a long period of time.
Brent, that's you.
On that next man up thing, Coach, how do you think LaQuint Allen and Carlos Wilson handled having to come in their particular situation?
You know, for LaQuint being a true freshman and never being in college before, I thought that he caught the first ball that we threw to him. I thought that was okay. You got a hit. You know, he didn't do much with it, but he caught the ball and he didn't freak out. So I think that's going to be growth. To see Carlos out there for 2 snaps and handling both the snaps, I thought that was okay. Now Carlos is different because he's been at a place before and he's had more practice time than a LaQuint, so to speak. But I thought they both did okay.
Seems like 2 of the guys who are going to be stepping into bigger roles are Max Mann, who obviously already plays quite a bit for you guys, and Derek McDonald. How have you seen Max get better since last year? And can you kind of assess where Derek is?
I think Derek is up and coming. I think everybody was high on him. Again, he hadn't played yet, so he got out and he did some things. That's really cool. Let's see what's going to happen the next game. Now they're going to get tape on Derek, and you know, anything that he's weak on, he needs to get better at. Same thing with Maximilian. He's got to come along. You know, he has advantages and disadvantages. He has a vertical advantage, and then there's some things he has a disadvantage to. But he really does understand his weakness, and he's working hard at becoming a complete player.
I was going to say, do you see, he looks bigger since last year, at least from my perspective. Is that really his biggest point of improvement since last year, or are you seeing more like lateral quickness?
I think he's understanding the game more. From the international flavor from Germany to here, just having a better understanding of the game and what he needs to do in certain situations.
Coach, on to UConn, another old Big East rivalry, much like Rutgers this time last year. What does it mean to the program to renew these rivalries almost a decade later?
I don't know about renewing it. I know that they're a good football team. I know that Coach Moore is a fantastic coach. His resume speaks for itself. He's been at every level, and he knows all the tricks of the trades, and he's going to have those guys ready to go. You know, we need to focus in on those people and give them the respect that's due, and we need to put out a much better effort, not only in the penalty standpoint, but of just doing a better job of focusing on us and not letting up and playing a complete game.
What does Matthew Bergeron bring to the team?
Everything. You know, he's the best offensive lineman we have on the team. It's not close. He's probably one of the best leaders we have on the team. Not close. And he's one of the oldest guys on the team. And he acts that way and he plays that way.
Do you see him as a legitimate NFL talent, first-round talent?
Without a doubt.
Dan?
Coach, now that you have a game here at Syracuse with Coach and I leading that offense, just what you can say about the game planning and the calling that he had and just the takeaways as you go back.
I thought it was a really good opening day. I thought there was diverse. There was a difference between pass and run. I mean, you could tell that the plan was well thought out and thorough. I thought he touched different bases with different personnel, showed them some different looks. You could see there was a part of the game where their defense had to change, And in making that change, we made our changes. Now, they did change a second time in that second half that kind of slowed us down for a couple of drives. But overall, I thought it was a good opening day. I couldn't ask for more for an opening day, especially against that opponent, based off of what they've done to us in the past.
When you look at Garrett Schrader adjusting to this offense and what Coach and I was asking of him, how did you see him through that first game?
Garrett graded out extremely high for the first game. We were really proud of his performance. I said proud, not pleased.
It's going to be copyrighted. It's probably a good thing that people weren't watching the safeties too much this year, but what did you see on film that they did that helped maybe mitigate some of Louisville's big playability? And then Simmons, how close is he to being back?
Hopefully we'll get to see him soon. I'm not trying to, hopefully. And then I thought the safeties played well. Again, the safeties have the hardest job on the defense because they got to be part defensive back, part linebacker. And like I said, a lot of times when they're coming up and tackling people, those guys are a lot bigger than them. So I thought for us to even have a chance to play a team like Louisville, that the safeties had to play well, and I thought they did.
Going down a line of positions here, what did you think of the young D line that went out there week one?
Crazy in their eyes. Crazy in their eyes. They were active. They were wrong, but they were wrong really actively, really fast. And we can work with that. We can work with that. We need to get better. We will get better. But okay coming out of the gate.
Anything else? And the right here, then.
Coach, you had 7 different pass catchers on Saturday. Is that a testament to the receiving core, or is that a testament to Robert and I's offense? Or both?
I think that, if you're out there and you're eligible, we'd like to think that we can get you a ball, and if you're decent enough with your hands, you can have the ability to catch it. So I would say that is something that you should think that you're going to continually see until we find out who the guy is that wants to just make it different. And then we'll isolate and find ways to get that special talent the ball more.
I will take one more last question to Dan.
Arondé Gadsden made history with his first collegiate touchdown. Just what you can say about shifting him to tight end and what you see from him in this offense.
I thought it was great. I thought he had a good opening day. I think his behavior after the touchdown needs to be talked about in-house and never do it again. But I thought he had a good opening day.
All right, thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
I will announce it Tuesday.
Go back and rewind what he did. Thanks, Coach.
Excuse me?
I didn't see what he did.